Okay. The 10/4/21 Public Works Committee meeting, Counselor Wolverton.
Here.
Counselor Gear.
Here.
Counselor Sims.
Here.
Counselor Nelms.
Here.
And Counselor Harden.
Here.
Everybody's here, you got a quorum.
All right, thank you. Can I have a reading to dispense and approve the minutes from September 20th,
So moved.
2021?
Second.
Who was the first?
Gear.
Okay.
Nelms. Nelms and.
Was it Miss Nelms or you?
Nelms.
I'm sorry, Miss Nelms and Harden.
Harden. Yes. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. 5-0. Old business is 01/02/20, request for updates on Green Springs revitalization, Berkeley Squires.
He's not here.
Is he out?
off today.
Okay. This has been kind of a placeholder item, so we will plan to just go ahead and carry it over. 09/08/21, request for permission to work in the city right away at 186 Oxmoor Road. And actually, let's take 10/08/21 first. Request for permission to work in the right away at 201 East Linwood. Cale, have you heard from the applicant for this one? No. Okay. I know he was sick last time. I don't know if Councilor Gwaltney had heard from him, but I have not heard anything more since he communicated with us 2 weeks ago. So let's carry over both items. So 010/08/21 for one more committee meeting.
Is Mr. Thrower aware that we'd like him to come?
Yes.
Hang out with us?
He discussed coming last time and then sent us a message late in the afternoon saying he wasn't feeling well. So,
Okay.
but that was, we made that clear. So I'll reach out to him again. We'll go ahead and carry over 09/08/21 and 10/08/21. And the last item is 03/09/21, request for consideration for work in the city right away for Hero Donuts at Central Avenue.
Good afternoon. This was a case that was carried over. This is Jason Wallace, who's a partner with Hero.
No.
I'm going to, turn it over to him and let you guys ask questions. Brian has the presentation on the screen. The plan changed, and they show a little bit more detail from what you guys asked for last time.
Sure. I forgot about me and you don't have to put yours.
You're talking about this, Cale?
Yep,
That's what you had said. Okay.
that's right. Go
Okay.
to the next one, Brian. The next slide. The other plan sheet.
You're talking about that one?
No, there was another plan sheet that had an elevation on it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, hang on just a second. Sorry, hang on.
Is now an okay time to insert the fact that I had a delicious pumpkin spice donut this weekend, and I'm hanging on for the eggnog later in the season?
Oh, that's the best one.
Oh gosh.
For the fall season. Spring, summer strawberry for sure.
Is this an elevation as I'm standing with Oxmoor to my back?
Yes, sir.
And so really it's
Central's to your back, so the
central
park
to
is
my
to your back.
Okay. Okay.
So the parking lot that we share with Nabil's is to the left of that far left wall, and then OLS is right next to that. So from my understanding, Toby was here last time that I'm filling in for him. He's in Montana, wedding shopping with his daughter. So, but my understanding was just to show a better elevation to show the ramps. So either side is a ramp coming on or coming to our front door. That is, they're both, ADA completely compliant there. So you could. So I believe one concern was that we not remove any kind of sidewalk, so that ramp just continues the sidewalk along, so that no one would have to go into the parking lot. They could travel through and take a left on Oxmoor and go past Nabil that way.
Yeah, correct. And then the only other concern was that we were told one side under the previous renderings was ADA compliant, the other side was not.
These, both of them are.
And so at this point, that's been corrected, and I think that was the biggest item that we were
Okay.
trying to sort through last time. Counselor Sims?
Yes, thank you. I have a question. So looking at the ramp now, that kind of goes right where the valley gutter, where the drainage comes through. So I'm guessing that there's another consideration as far as the drainage on this site, so it doesn't pool in that lot now?
Yeah, my understanding is the way that they would construct it is they would make sure that, I mean, you know, all drainage and all of that is taken care of as far as you know.
And the only other thing I saw too was just looking at where you have, it looks like you have two great, handicap spaces that are accessible.
Right.
And there's a crosswalk in between going towards the ramp. But also the crosswalk from the intersection of Oxmoor and Oxmoor and Central, yeah. That crosswalk is kind of at the southeast corner of the site. Is there an opportunity to have a ramp so that there's accessible connectivity into that too, at the southeast corner?
I am sure that that's an opportunity. The way I understand it is we weren't going to be cutting into that. I think that's all existing.
That's not part of this permission for the
Okay, and I was trying to look at the other site plan that's the overhead, and I was kind of unsure about where certain lines were in comparison with, what the request involves, and I didn't know where that termination point was, so thanks.
Brian, can you go back to that last picture real quick? Yep. So essentially, the entire storefront on the left-hand side in this picture is going to be raised from into the building to the other.
So, yeah, so basically where the chairs are, how they're on that right wall and they hit that will be just leveled out so that it comes straight out, and then the ramp would be at the far left. So the ramp would probably go right at the far end of that.
The ramp will kind of wrap around the seating in
It'll
essence?
go straight. So the seating would just be up 3 or not even 3 feet, a foot and a half, so that it's level. Because if you've been on that sidewalk, it slants. So
Right. There's going to be some sort of railing though along the.
absolutely on the
Okay.
far left. There'll be railing on the far left between, like, on both sides of the ramp, so it would keep people from falling or coming into the ramp from a seated position, and then keep anybody on that ramp protected from any backing of traffic.
Do you remember the dimensions on the width of the ramp? I'm just trying to visualize everything in here and how you would access the seating if there's a ramp right on the outside of it and with a railing. Does that make sense?
So,
So
is where tables and chairs were,
Right.
and then this is the 5-foot ramp, and so there are rails along the ramp.
and the ramp comes up to that landing that goes straight into the door.
There will be enough space to walk around between the ramp and the seating to get to where the seating is. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If you look up, right there. So ramp will be off to the left. There will be a little bit of distance between.
I mean, I think that depends on the size of the table that you can put.
Right. Okay.
Sure, yeah. I mean, we'd have to absolutely, to make sure customers can get to where they want to be seated.
Because it'll take over the sidewalk at that point, right?
I mean, it's basically improving the sidewalk because the sidewalk doesn't go away. That's what the ramp is for, to make sure that there's still connectivity.
But the ramp, the raised area will be in place of the sidewalk. There won't be sidewalk and ramp.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, correct.
So I want to make sure we all understand. You're going to basically take the left side of this building sidewalk, which is at a slant towards the parking lot. You're going to level it. You're going
Yes,
to put
sir.
a railing along it. And then you're going
Correct.
to put a ramp of some sort that is a wheelchair accessible at the right,
Elevation to meet the door.
not, well, the grade.
Correct.
So that someone could get in that door with a wheelchair.
That's correct.
So it's going to make it wheelchair accessible. And then that ramp, in a sense, will be, I'll call it, against the wall of the building. And then you can have the left of it, you can walk along some sidewalk that's there along the left.
Yeah, so you'll imagine if you were walking just straight down there, about where those planters are would become a ramp, and you're just, if you wanted to go all the way to the next sidewalk, you just walk along that ramp, down the next one, and then you're back on the sidewalk.
Just a sidewalk, or ramp
Yeah, and it's leveling that sidewalk that's not level right now.
Correct.
And the sidewalk's not going to be blocked, right?
Not at all. So that would be 7, I think, I'm seeing 7 feet, 4 inches is the leveled area, and then the ramp itself would be 5 feet. Is that correct?
But
Ed?
are you coming into the,
You are.
into the parking lot some? We talked about that the other night. It's really, where I see that curb is kind of where the railing is gonna be, is that?
That's right, it's gonna be the face
So, so our right of way is on the,
It goes all the way to the face of the building.
oh, is it really? Okay. I was thinking it was where the parking lot was, okay.
So to answer your question, Counselor Harden, I think from the wall out, it's 12 foot 4 inches, because you've got 7'4" for the patio seating, if you will, and then 5 feet for the ramp.
That's
Okay.
correct.
Makes sense.
My only other question is, in regards to what you can see, seems to be a clear, kind of drainage outlet right there. With all of the new construction kind of pulling it out towards the parking lot, is that gonna be obstructed? And if so, how are we gonna mitigate so that basically the parking lot doesn't flood when they,
The gutter?
Yeah.
So all the slope goes towards Central Park, away from the building.
so nothing, stormwater doesn't run through where it looks like there's a water trail in the gutter there?
Yeah, I mean, so it collects in there and then goes left and right, but eventually it goes down to Central.
I guess I'm just trying to visualize, is the gutter going to be, you know, paved over, not paved, but concreted
Right,
over,
so
sloped over?
I don't know the answer to that. I don't know if their proposal comes to which side of the gutter it comes to, but I think it goes to the sidewalk side of the gutter. So it's my understanding that the gutter will probably remain in place, but even if it doesn't, then they will be able to direct water around the ramp.
We'll absolutely, I mean, we don't want our customers
Right,
walking through
well,
water.
and I just wanted to
And
point
that's
that,
a
point that
level
out to make
above,
sure.
that's an
Yeah.
engineer question above me, but I'm happy to
Sure.
track that down and.
I just want to make sure we don't overlook that, so that, you know, you guys don't end up with a parking lot right outside the building that floods all the
Yeah,
time.
I won't stand for that.
Sure, sure, okay. Anybody have any other questions? Anybody have any action or motion to make?
I'll make a motion to approve the plans as shown to us for building a sidewalk and ramp next to Hero Donuts on our right of way.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Yeah.
And that- with
Yeah, the
indemnification, I'm
agreement.
just about to say that, with indemnification agreements.
This.
You can have, I mean, I've
There
got
you
a
go.
small copy.
You want that?
That one's easier to read. I can't read this one.
All right, so, we're sending it to full council, which will be next week.
Okay. Toby, who knows how to do this, will be back, so.
Okay, sure. It'll be here for a full council vote next week at 6.
Great, at 6. Awesome, thank you.
Thank you so much. And with that, we stand adjourned.